Hey guys, this is Brian with UFO Book Review. I'm back with another book. I'm going to be talking about Witness to Roswell. Now, this is a book that's co-authored by Thomas Carey and Donald Schmitt. This is a really cool book. I'm just going to tell you right up front. I really like this one. I ordered this, and when it arrived, I read it, and probably the same afternoon it arrived. So I really liked it. And for me to sit down and read a book that fast, it's got to be a good book, right? Let me tell you about this one. This one, like I said, was written by two people, and you'll find out quickly that they have an extensive knowledge of Roswell, the crash that happened in July of 1947, just outside of Roswell, New Mexico. And basically, what they've done is over the last 20 years or so a couple decades now, they've talked to well over 600 people, and in the pages of this book, they're including not all 600, but some of those 600 eyewitness testimonies. So this book really makes you feel like you're witnessing the crash and the events surrounding the crash for the few weeks or months around the event in Roswell. And what's really nice is the way the information is presented. It's almost like being a juror at a court case, and you start with your level of doubt up here, and your eyewitness testimony is here. And you hear one testimony and you're like, I don't know, my doubt's still high. And you hear another guy, and another guy, and another guy, another lady, another guy, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And eventually, as you're thinking about the information that's being presented, it becomes overwhelming with the amount of eyewitness testimony. So let me just tell you, these guys basically in this book are saying that, and they're interviewing people that said they worked on the security detail, or they were out picking up debris off the ground of something that was not a weather balloon. They were guarding bodies, some of the guys in the book say. Some of them say, and they make a case in this book, hey, there was actually 3 crash sites. There was one crash site where it looks like the craft blew up, and it had a huge debris field, and then it bounced off the ground, which is the second spot. So when it bounced off the ground and then came to rest in its third location, so there was actually 3 spots where there was debris, and this is interesting because this book is really, like I said, with over 600 informants or eyewitnesses, they've taken the best of that and made a coherent story that's really easy to read. And I'm not telling you that the information is true, but I'm saying that, again, if you start with doubt and eyewitness testimony, because eyewitness testimony isn't always the best. But when you get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300 people, and they're all saying the same thing, it really, just really works on your brain, and you've got to consider that what they're saying could indeed be true. And if it is true that the government did recover an extraterrestrial craft and are now researching it and trying to back engineer it, and if there were occupants of the craft, it's got profound implications to us today. I think the authors do a really good job, though, of putting the information in a coherent fashion and very readable information. Like I said, I read it in an afternoon, so it's not hard reading, but it is about 300 pages. It's got a lot of pictures in the book, as you can see, which is really nice because that really connects you to the event and to the people. Here's like the newspaper reports. Here's some of the photographs of a so-called recovered weather balloon, which you can see is just a bunch of tinfoil on the ground. I mean, it's just great. You can see so many photographs in here. What's kind of sad, though, that the book does, I think it does a good job of mentioning, is that the eyewitnesses now, these people are 70, 80, 90, well, I'd say 80, 90 years old now. Many of them have passed away. This event, I mean, you have to realize in 1947, that's what, over 60 something years ago now. And many of the people that were actually witnesses to this event have since passed away, or are so old now that they're going to be passing away in the very near future. And it's very important to investigate now. And that's what they've been doing for not just in the last year or two, but for years and years and years. That's why they've spent so much time compiling information, because the amount of witnesses is declining every year. Some other books or videos you see, they may give you one witness, maybe 2 witnesses, and they can give you witnesses on either side, and you really don't know what to think. But when you have such a case that's presented, where you have just an overwhelming amount of witnesses telling you their story, and they're saying, look, I did not pick up pieces of a weather balloon. I did not. I know what a weather balloon looks like. I know what tinfoil looks like. I know what balsa wood looks like. That's not what I picked up off the ground. And that's not what 10 or 20 of us went out and picked up off the ground. And day after day after day, they would have shifts of Army personnel coming in to clean up the ground. Um, the debris field was so large, according to this. And oh man, this is a great book. I found it really interesting. And again, I'm not telling you that it's true. I'm just saying, when you read this book, because I know you will, I know you're interested in Roswell and you want to know what's happening, and click on the link down below and you can check the book out on Amazon and read other people's reviews. I think you'll see overall it's a very favorable review. But when you have over 2 decades of investigation, 600 eyewitness testimony, and the best of the best in this book to make it a coherent story. Again, you start here with your level of doubt, because I think you should always look at something skeptically and just weigh the evidence in your own mind, and you will see that when the government first said, before they ever said we have a weather balloon, they actually said, hey, release this to the press. We have found a flying saucer. That's what we found. And then they said, oh, wait, no, it was some tinfoil. So when you start with that, and you realize that person after person after person is telling you, I did not pick up a weather balloon. I picked up something that I cannot explain. It's a really cool book. So I'm going to give this one 5 stars for sure. If you have any interest in Roswell, you should check this book out. I think you may even want to buy 2 or 3 copies, because you're probably going to find that just one copy is not enough. You're going to want to share this book. It's really good. Really well written, well researched, well documented. It's just, even if you just want something fun to read, this is just fun to read. So check it out. It's really cool. Next time I do a review, I think I'm going to do this other book on Roswell. I picked this up. It's The Roswell Legacy, written by Jesse Marcel Jr. And in any case, I'm going to do this book next time. So if you're interested in this one, check out my next video. It'll be on The Roswell Legacy. Until next time, guys, I want to thank you for watching the show.